The Young Savages, directed by John Frankenheimer, released 1960 by Edward N. Holt, J.P. Miller, and Evan Hunter. Savages start terrorizing the town in kind of a fast-paced, humorous way. Even the first John Frankenheimer film shows some stylization with the glass shot as they're killing the kid with a knife. When they get questioned by the policemen, they're playing it off cool, and these are the actors' first roles. The most famous of the Savages is John Davis Chartler, go on to have 105 IMDb credits on his name. There seems to be a bit of a competition, but he gets to cover the case, and everybody's so jealous about it. They are worried about their daughter because these teens seem to get a lot of ladies because they're bad boys. He's worried about interrogating one of the Savas's girlfriends. He's not gonna tell him where he's hiding the Savas's knives because then the Savage boy will break up with her, I guess. Why does he like the Savage boy so much? Is it because he feels special because he's only nice to her? There's a parade for the boy that got cut because the boy that got cut is a famous nun's son. At first, one of the bad boy's mothers reacts very harshly to the um detective because she still thinks that her son is innocent because it only takes one bad boy to cut a boy with a knife. But we get more evidence about what boy might have committed the crime because this kid talks about how mean one of the boys is to him when he was trying to swim in a pool. We get this very dark and disturbing flashback when a couple of the bad boys are trying to drown the kid, and the kid says it wasn't her son. So her son could have committed a horrible crime like cutting a child. He starts interrogating the bad boys, and of course, the one who goes on to have a bigger career is the smart wisecracking one. John Davis Charles had the advantage in this movie by being the wisecracking actor instead of the actor who's just supposed to be a dumb savage. He starts interrogating the boy of the mother I talked about before, even though he thinks that he did not do the crime, he still wants to just check to make sure, and he is the one who's smarter than all the rest of them. Despite being a very good actor for his first movie role, Stanley Christine would only go on to have 4 acting credits. He gives more information from one of the bad boys' sons, and he is a very good at staying calm and cool as this teen keeps wisecracking through his questioning. Keeps having to interview more of one of the bad boys' girlfriends. When he goes to a political party, he meets this woman that is very pro the death penalty. Some political stuff here for this early 60s movie. She gets cut up by these R2 bad boys because they know that she encourages the death penalty. The entire bad boy gang is connected. They hear everything. This is a very intense and scary scene. The detectives is able to intimidate the boys away. We learn that they sometimes use blind people in order to distract the cops. Come on, detective, do you have to interrogate me when I don't have my shirt on yet? In this scene where the mother has to face the fact that her son might be a criminal, Stanley Kingsland is very good for an actor who only had 4 acting credits. A very intense scene where the bad boys hit him with chains because the bad boys are all connected. Because this is a 1961 movie, it focuses more on the emotion of him being injured than the disturbing nature of him getting hit by chains by the bad boys. When we go to the courtroom, there's a topic that I can't talk about on YouTube. Let's just say it's someone who's too young to be doing something to get paid for. And we get another conversation that's more humorous where he's like, "Why do you like Batman? Because he fights." And then he's like, "Yep, this kid's a nut." The movie ends with him finally realizing that the smartest kid did have no part in the murder. So the movie ends with him still feeling unsatisfied because he does not solve the case of the kids who killed the blind boy. He just solves the case of the kids who killed the nun's child. So that's The Young Savages. This movie is a very early film for John Frankenheimer. It's his first film that he directed. So it doesn't have his wide shots or his zoom in shots, but this is still a very well directed movie. And there's some really good early acting for these people that would become more famous later, and some who would not become more famous later. All the acting is good in this court crime drama. I recommend this film. Bye.